Now the next topic is the Viptela feature templates. Um, this is what we have discussed or touch base earlier, that whenever a new router or a vEdge comes up on the network, then it go and talk to vManage, and if vManage has the templates configured, then it push the configuration to that vEdge router. So vEdge router, there are multiple ways you can configure them manually, and you can configure them through the templates. The benefit of templates is if you have thousands of devices in your network, if you have a big network and you want to template your configuration, you don't want to do it manually, you want to save time, then you can configure a template in the vManage, and once a device comes up, vManage automatically push the configuration on those devices. So if you have a small network, then it's easy to configure manually, but for a big or large network, you use templates. So template is basically a way to build basic device configuration that can be applied to multiple devices at a time in the network. It makes it much easier to roll out new sites and maintain consistency across the site configuration, because when you do manual configuration, there is always a possibility that you will miss something and there won't be a consistency across the network. So if you're using a template, then you can maintain the consistency. Most useful when large number of sites, as we discussed earlier, exist and share a common design. There are two types of templates. One is called feature templates. The other one is called device templates. So feature templates are basically building blocks of a device complete configuration. You can assume feature templates like a Lego pieces. So you have a lot of Lego pieces and you connect them and build something. So same thing here. The feature templates are building blocks. For each different feature, vManage provide a template form that you fill out with the desired parameters. Like, for example, I want to configure OSPF on my router. So I will go to vManage and pull up the OSPF form. I will put all my requirements in that form, fill that form up with all the requirements that I want to assign OSPF process ID 1. I want to assign I want to configure this OSPF with point-to-point network type of feature. I want to use a password on the OSPF connection, things like that. So I fill up the form, save it on vManage, excuse me, and then once you have created all the different feature templates, then you create a device template by combining all those individual feature templates. So a device template is a complete operational configuration of a device, and device templates are created by consolidating all individual feature templates. So here are some rules for the templates. You can attach same template to multiple devices. Obviously, this is possible. That's why we create template, because we want to configure multiple devices with the same template. You can attach only one device template to a device. You cannot attach multiple device template to a device. Only one device template is possible. You cannot mix and match a feature template with CLI. So what does it mean? When you create the template, you have both options. You can either create it through the feature template, and we'll show you in the vManage screen what it does mean with the feature template. And so feature template is something which is already built in the vManage. You go there, it's like a form. You fill up that form with the information. And CLI is command language interface, which is you manually configure all the commands. So you cannot mix and match. If you want to configure a template, it has to be all feature template or it has to be all CLI. You cannot mix and match. If a device is operational on the network and the configuration takes effect immediately. So let's say if you have a new vEdge router, it comes up on the network, get authenticated, it's operational, it gets the configuration right away from the vManage. But if a device is not yet joined the network and you have configured a template, the pushing of the configuration can be scheduled. It's a schedule basically. So whenever vManage see that the device comes up on the network, it will automatically push the configuration. This
Well,
is
you've been going on for 2 hours. Are you tired or are you doing okay?
I was initially thinking that I will take a 10-minute break in between, but now I am thinking to finish it up. So thank you for
I'm
asking.
okay with that.
Okay. So this is the vManage template screen. If you see, it is showing you on the top line. If you see, it says templates, and then next to templates it says device, and then next to device it says feature. So if you click on feature, you can define all the various features, templates, and if you go back to the device, you can create a device template. And when you go to the device template, you can put all those individual feature template and make it one big configuration. So that's how the vManage template screen looks like. And then how to create these templates. To create a feature template, create feature template for each feature you want to enable. So there are many features. You may not need all the features on your router, but whatever feature you need on your router, you can create feature templates for those features. Then you can create a device template by consolidating all those feature templates. So these are 3 steps basically. When you create a template, first you have to create feature templates. Second, you have to create device templates by combining all those. And third, you attach that template to a device. So these are the steps how to do that. So the first thing is creating feature template. You go to the configuration, template, and then you click on feature, and then you say add template, and you get the form. So you fill up all the information on the form and you save it. So it will save on the vManage, and then you can use it later on. So creating a device template, you go to the configuration, you go to the template screen again, and then instead of feature, you click on device, and then you say create template, and you assign a name to that template, and then you also get a form, and in that form with the drop down you can select those individual feature template that you have created in the previous step. And third thing is you want to attach that template to a device template, like let's say vEdge router. So you go to the configuration template and device, and then from the device drop down you select the template for vEdge, and then you say attach device, and then you can select your device, which device you want to attach that template to. Now,
just to summarize, what is the difference between templates and policies? Policies create general rules. Templates enable specific features. Did I get it right?
Template is to configure the devices, right? Instead of doing manual configuration, you prepare the configuration and push it to 100 devices in one shot. So that is save you time on configuring each individual device. That is one of the limitations we talked about from the traditional network, that you have to manage each and every device individually. But in the SD-WAN environment, you can manage all devices from a central location. You can push configuration and things like that. But policy is completely different thing. Policy is how you want to control your network traffic. Policies are basically for traffic engineering.
Gotcha. But you do apply policies to devices, edges. So what are the things you apply to the device?
Yeah, you apply policies to the devices. Obviously, you apply policies to the devices, but the purpose of policies is totally different from template. Template is just for device configuration. Policy is, let's say, if I have three vEdge routers, right? And initially, when I have no policy, all routers will create tunnels between them, IPsec tunnels, and start sending data to each other on those tunnels. But I don't want that. I want one of my vEdge router as the hub router, and the other 2 vEdge router to send all the communication to the hub router. And hub router, I want to make hub router responsible for those 2 routers to communicate through. So I have, let's say, a vEdge router in data center, and I want to make it a hub router. And all my branch router, I want to make them client routers. I don't want that many tunnels between my branch routers and the data center router. So I define a policy, and I push that policy from the vSmart controller, saying that all these vEdge router, they should go to the hub router, and then hub router is responsible for doing all the communication between them instead of they go directly. So these kind of traffic engineering, you define policies. Policies are affect your so you have control plane policies, you have data plane policies, and then we also learned about some application aware policies where you define the packet drops and latency kind of things, and then you have a C float policy, which basically you can capture the data flow from your network and send it to some analyzer. So those are the policy things. This is just configuring the devices. So template is automatic configuration, or basically you can say you automate your configuration through templates.
So a set of policies can also be in a template, right? You can have policy template if there are.
You can make templates for policies also. Yes.
Okay.
Because policy is also part of configuration. So any configuration stuff you can create a template for that. That's a good point. Yeah.